What's up, guys? How you diddling? How goes it? We're parked by elephants. Can you see them in the back? So, today is November 24.
Somebody 69,
Some-
96. 69 or 96.
Jen keeps teasing me saying I'm 96. 69. It finally got here. The day of Kevin's birthday. I don't know why I've said this. I probably told you're probably bored of hearing it, but I still think something significant is for this particular birthday. I tried to figure it out. I'm starting to get an idea. I heard there's some. I've been feeling the really weird energies that are going on right now. Tonight, on the 20th,
New moon.
New moon.
Today is 24.
So on the 20th there was a new moon, and I'm not into all that sort of different stuff, so I went and asked my AI friend, what does it all mean? And there's some kind of significance in it. I still didn't really catch it all, but it's like with all this three-eye atlas and the different energies coming from the sun and the Schumann's resonance, it's like a mass awakening apparently. So if you've never been remotely spiritual, for some reason you start to feel you want to. But,
Like a
awakening, yeah. So if you are already spiritual, then it's on overflow, which that's what I'm feeling, overflow.
Open to new dimension.
Yeah, open to a new, different level and new things. So, do you believe something though? We're sitting in the truck with the windows open and not sweating.
Today outside is 24.
24 degrees, beautiful and windy. I walked around the garden this morning, first thing, when I first came out. No t-shirt, and it actually felt like I could feel for the first time coolness. And my little friends are back after the bird of prey's been.
So maybe bird of prey gone.
Yeah, maybe the bird of prey went
Like a fly somewhere already.
Well, if normally this time of year, what happens is birds of prey from the north will come down from China or like northern Russia or something, and head all the way down past here and go all the way down to maybe Malaysia, Singapore, something like that, Indonesia, and nest and raise babies, and then when our summer comes back, they'll go back up and hunt and live where they normally live.
But may I ask a question? If somebody on the way, on the way that bird of prey will come.
Migration, yeah.
Yeah, if you want to bring something for Kevin's birthday, ask bird of prey to pick it next time, okay?
Yeah. So somebody in Russia or Mongolia or China wants to give me a present, you could give it to the bird of prey and ask them to drop it off.
Yeah.
Okay, so we were, as I said, went to get some printing done, then went to Amazon, which is near the temple. Actually has parking right outside. Normally you can't get anywhere close to them. You have to mall or park somewhere and walk.
Yeah.
But we parked outside and went in, and there was a first time I've been there to that one, and there's a group of police there. So,
Young ones,
but not older ones. And I noticed their uniforms changing over the last year or so. So when I first come here, they used to wear like a uniform brown, but it was skin tight. So around the midriff, you had to keep like a flat belly, and it was tight. I'm like, how do you work in that? In this heat, I could never understand it, because you're hot and there's no air moving. How do you not sweat? How can you work in that? It looks like they're ready to go on a parade by the, in front of the king or something, not to work. Anyway, nowadays, the clothes, the uniforms they wear are much looser, not skin tight, and they actually wear a vest, which is, you know, got body armor in it, and they have radios and their guns in it and everything else all in one. So it's like wearing similar to a backpack, but everything's in it. So,
and on the helmet.
and they have a helmet.
GoPro.
These
GoPro, right?
a GoPro. These guys, there's two on a scooter, 125 scooter or something. You think not very good to apprehend somebody on a scooter, but in traffic, it's very good, because if you're in a car, you can't go nowhere. You get stuck in traffic, and the scooter can catch you easy. And anyway, the point was, we got talking to them, and I said they didn't really understand me, so Jan interpreted, and we got talking. And so they were keen to talk about it, and he actually took the you know, normally the body armor is made of Kevlar, but this one was made of something different, not a plate, not like a steel plate, but hang on, I'm just going to finish, and then you can talk. Okay, so it's like made of something different, made from Thailand, and I think it's silkworm, but I'm not. It says on it silk, embossed into the material silk, and then something about made in Thailand, I think. And that's their plate in the front and back. What do you say, John? What did they say to you? You looked it up on the internet.
They say that made from silk, make from like a cocoon.
The silk cocoon, the silkworm cocoon.
Yes. And then they press the way how they produce or make that. I don't know. It's like a factory make or some issue to be, right? Because they choose to use the like a high pressure to push that, so it's thick.
It's about a centimeter thick.
And you hold that lightweight, right?
I would say about 2 kilos.
Ah.
Maybe 1 and a bit kilos for one plate.
So that is so different. And during we talk, right? I read about
Kevlar, yeah.
Yeah. So that is the old-fashioned material that they use in the West by DuPont,
the people making paint.
And then they say it have a level of the bulletproof.
Yeah.
This Kevlar one, not too much protect, so they can protect from the shotgun. Yeah. So about this, I don't know. And they say now if you want to put the proof from bullet is bulletproof, is have to put another material in, like a metal or what I say to you before that when I read that material. What is
polyester, it? Like a woven material.
Something like that. And you tell me about when you joined the army, what year?
Oh yeah,
19,
Listen, yeah. So are you finished that story?
Yeah.
Okay. So this is funny, but I'm not an expert on how to make materials for bulletproof vests, but Jan said what they do now is they use like a polyester, so I'm guessing it's like when you use what's it called?
Kevlar.
No, hang on, there's a word. When you do the fiberglass, when you're using fiberglass and a resin, so whatever you're using, it's layered, and it gets thicker and harder. So I know, like normal fiber, the fiber itself is in like a nylon. So what Jan was talking about is more like a polyester. So I guess that's like a composite material inside something that maybe you covered in a resin. I don't really understand it all. I understand the process of making it, but I don't know the details of the
the
materials.
name.
Yeah, the actual material that is bulletproof. And bulletproof to what level, I don't know, but it's mainly to protect the heart and stuff. But after talking about that, and they sat down, got a little video of this, you know, of
ถ่าย
them
รูป
sitting.
อย่างนี้ได้ไหมโอเคขอบคุณค่ะ
And why are they all sitting there? Because that one table is their like office. So
yeah, like a standby
yeah,
office.
like a standby office. So they sit there, and then there was 4 of them. Then they got a call, and one went out. So it's, you know, it's farther away from the station, but close in their area.
Yeah, in that area that they
Patrol, yeah.
Yeah, it's have a case.
Oh yeah, yeah. So I'll let Jan tell you this case before I tell you my. So Jan has a story that they told her what happened just recently.
I asked them about what happened. I saw it on social media, right? On Monday, have a kid and the Ayutthaya police went to talk to this kid like have a straight, like a want to go to suicide. The kid should be
about how old?
About, I can say, I'm not sure now. Okay, it's about.
Well, he's not going to be more than 12 in that school, is he?
Not sure really. Should to be like say 13 to not over 15.
Okay, 13 to 15.
Yeah. So he should to have like a straight from education, from school,
From home.
It's combined.
Girlfriends.
Stir in his mind, his head, and that morning he decision to want to go to suicide.
We're not allowed to say that word. We say unalive nowadays.
Beep beep. He want to go to beep beep.
He went to unalive himself.
So he
was standing on the bridge, ready to go, and
then somebody see and call the police. So the police who do that, he not this team, not the team that we met, right? Like go there, went there, and then talk, make this young boy relaxing more and more, and the end is good news is he changed.
He changed his mind and got up.
Yeah,
I would guess afterwards that the police would go talk to the whole school, or a social worker would go talk to the whole school.
They talk to school and talk to family. Parents have to talk to, right? Everything work together. School, kids, and family.
Yeah,
they have to work about that. And the picture that bring me to know about that story is the police hug the kid. It's cute, and that picture make me, hey, what happened? So I go to read, and today I saw we met that group. So I asked, are you the group, or are you a person who on that issue? Say no, that another team.
Very good.
Cool. That very good. They are young generation police. I think the mindset change too. Like a.
Well, that's the whole point of what. That's the whole point of what's happening in the spiritual too. I mean, the older generation have their ways and the way they behave. You know, stand there looking firm. The newer generation are completely different. More friendly, approachable, smile, laugh, or aware of what's going on in social media, and you know. So while I'm happy for Thai culture to stay the same, it's also good to advance and be more like the younger generation, because the older generation would probably walk up and slap him and drag him off and throw him on the road and say, "Don't be stupid, beep beep off." Like the old folks, you know.
Yeah.
Like in England, the village policeman would smack you around the head and tell you to go home and behave. And if your parents found out, you get another smack.
And then
that didn't happen to me.
So that not relaxed at all. That's why he want to go to beep beep.
Right. So when we were still in the cafe, I was talking to Jan and I started laughing. She was, "What's wrong?" I said, "Look at the modern equipment they have today." And I think it's great. The helmet, they have the GoPro on top. They can record everything when they're going. To me, I'm way out of date on all that sort of military, police equipment and stuff. I'm way out of date, but I understand the basics still.
What year you join army?
Okay, so here goes the story, right?
The dog?
There's a dog with big like a husky dog with a muzzle on its mouth so he can't bite nobody.
No tail.
So the story, I started laughing and I said to Jan, "This is the 4th time I tried to tell a story." Okay, so I joined in 1974, went to basic training in early 75, and went to my unit in April 75 in Germany. When I got there, from what I remember, they gave us anyway, I know definitely in basic training they give us webbing from 1937.
Cold War. No.
Cold War.
No.
From the Second World War. And I looked at it and I'm like, what is this? Different straps, and they had a metal water bottle with a cork in it. With a cork in it!
Huh?
A cork in it.
The one that you
It comes
see
from a wine
online.
bottle with a piece of metal in it. Steel or galvanized in
You
it.
know, if you still have that,
If you still have that,
you sell on eBay or something. People who collect the stuff, they will you get the lot of money. You can.
So you think about health, and your water sitting in a steel or galvanized. Anyway, that's what I had, and then later we got what. So I joined in. I was in the unit in 75, and then I don't know when we got this stuff, new stuff. That came out in 1957. And
why we have a date when you say that, everybody just.
I just think 57. And then over the years, and the boots, we had these boots called DMS. And for fun, I used to say DMS means them's my boots, or them's my shoes. DMS. And these things were rubber soled and almost like a cardboard upper. When you were in the snow, it would let all the water it would just seep straight through. The front would, like if the snow had frost on top, it would cut it off and water would just go in. Your feet were instantly wet. What year? It must have been, I left in 97, early 97. So it must have been around 95 or 96. These new boots, I think 95, these new boots came out. And so you got 2 boots now. You got what they call like a barrack boot and a real boot to wear in combat or out in the field. So you wear it to the field, bring it back, and then it sits until you go out the next time. But, I listen to people talking about NATO's going to attack Russia. And then I see the films and videos about the Russian equipment and how they behave themselves. They're so laid back. The Russian guys they have the equipment, they're so laid back. They don't scream and shout, they don't. And then I remember what I went through in the British Army. I think, dude, it's a good job NATO did not try to attack Russia, because they'd get squished. The equipment is outdated, the people are just like. But there's a saying, what was it said? We are the unqualified, led by the ungrateful.
Leader.
So, do something for the unnecessary and so on and so on. I forget the whole story now, but I used to think that's correct 100%. So when you think the officers, the young officers would come in and they'd pretend to be interested in what they were doing when they didn't. All they were really interested is to hang out for like a year because they were going to get promoted to captain and go somewhere else. They didn't care. They didn't care about you. They didn't care about none. All they do is get drunk every night and come to work looking like a bag of crap. And these are professional soldiers who were going to lead us into battle. It was just, in hindsight, the early parts of my career was a nightmare, and I laugh when I know what I know, when I know what I know now. Anyway, when I started getting into the teaching is when I really enjoyed myself. I really felt I had a purpose and I had something to get my teeth into, and something that I could be professional with to the standard that I wanted to take it. And I took it as far as I possibly knew how. I went to night school and all this sort of stuff, and did civilian teaching courses and etc. I had to close the windows and turn the AC on. Kevin and the camera got too hot. The camera clicked off, so I had to cool it down. I was just thinking about that saying, we are the untrained led by the unqualified to do the unnecessary for the ungrateful, something like that. And I think it goes on a little bit longer. Anyway, I'm so pleased I got out when I did. I could have asked to stay, but in the British Army you have to leave at 40. In the Air Force and Navy you can stay to 55, but you can apply for long service. In the Army you can apply for long service, which means that you keep your rank. You don't normally get promoted after that, from what I understand, and you can get some kind of job you can do, and you can actually get different jobs. You know, you can work at one for so long and move, and then, but wherever the British Army are, even like at an embassy, you know, they'll have like a, you know, maybe you could be an armorer at the embassy or something, because you would stay there, whereas the soldiers would turn over and keep moving, you know. Anyway, whatever. But I had a friend who I knew a couple people. There was I remember one guy called, he was a Warrant Officer 1, but he had a title called Conductor. He was in the old RAOC, and he retired at 40, and he got a job, long service, I think, but he worked at a ammunition compound. He was in charge of this ammunition compound, so people like units would come there to get small arms, and we went there. We used to get artillery shells and all that sort of stuff from him. And I remembered him when I went there, and he was I wasn't a sergeant at the time, but my sergeant got hurt, so I was running the MT, and I didn't know how to order stores, so I went to knocked on his door and walked into his office, and he really nice professional guy. He said, "Come in, sit down, what do you want?" W01, right? I told him, and he goes, "Okay, anything you need, you ask, and I'll support you as best I can." And then he got one of his staff sergeants to explain, or sergeants to explain all the forms I needed, etc., etc. Very, very professional. Anyway, I met him later, so I was like honored to meet him again. And he loved to build wooden toys to give to children as gifts, orphanages and whatever. But he always built wooden toys. You know, just a real nice guy. And so he worked at ammunition compound. And one other guy, his name was Andy. I won't tell you his last name because he worked in sort of a dodgy job. He specialized in I think he was a recreational diver, and then he went on to do all the military diving training, because he applied for this job, and they trained him to be like a professional military grade diver. And then he went on to study all explosives for underwater demolition, and he studied from the Royal Engineers, Special Forces. He went to the US and studied with, he was a good friend for a long time, and he went to Iraq, and when he came back, different guy. Before he went, he was like a friend of mine, so you have to be a little bit weird, but he changed completely. But he had here's the other reason he could have changed, right? This is what happened. He was teaching some special forces units from around the world off the coast of Israel, so they had to be there as tourists because they weren't allowed to be there as military. But he was teaching underwater explosives, and apparently a US Special Forces guy put too much explosive on, and when they went to set the timer was set not for enough time for them to get away, and like immediately. So as soon as he set it and pressed go, and everybody was going to swim away, but they didn't have time to get away, and the explosions went off. The explosion was too big, and it killed 3 or 4 people, and one of the air tanks of one of the people who died turned into like a torpedo and hit him in the head and took part of his head off. And he spent, of course, he's not supposed to be there, so the Israeli says, we can't help you. So they had a special plane come in from Cyprus to Israel. Obviously they kept him stable, and then they flew him to Cyprus to a military hospital. He spent 18 months in hospital, 6 months of intensive care, and from what I remember, and then another year in hospital recovering and learning to walk again. They made him a plate, and he got like a compensation. So he had his normal, I can't remember, I think he was a warrant officer when he got out. Yeah, he was. And then he got full medical discharge compensation as well, and some other benefits as well. So he was, rich. Each month he was making ridiculous money from the military from what happened. I guess he was on Special Forces money as well, so that would, but if I had the opportunity to do something like that, where I thought I was doing something worthwhile, then I would have stayed. But I was just desperate to get out. I didn't want it to be in at all, and I was desperate to leave. But I tried to get redundancy 2 times, and both times I laughed and said, nope, you're staying in, because they knew I loved to teach. And anyway, Jan's gone into we're at the plant market. She went in to look at something, and just wanted to say, if you're still here, I wanted to say thank you so much for being here. Last night I nearly left YouTube again. Why? Because if you watch the analytics, I'm getting better and better. It's going faster and faster, and I'm like happy, just whatever speed it grows at, I'm very happy. But then last Friday I had a really high amount of viewers, above normal, which I thought great. And then in the next day, my average, I'm below my normal average right now. In the mornings I normally get like 200 and some views of looking at shorts, right? All the different shorts that come out in the day, or from yesterday, a lot. So I average like 250 viewers per hour. Not great when you think about what the big guys are doing, but for me, I'm happy. And this morning, since last night and even up till lunchtime, about 35 people. So it's not even running at like 10%, less than. Why? Has everybody forgot where I am? But I see it on the views for these, what you call a long video. You know, you can get 240, and now last night I got 60. So I guess the subscribers aren't seeing if you don't subscribe. So I was like, but I'm going to keep going for now anyway. And if something, you know, in my spiritual world changes to be really too much, you know, that's my number one priority. But I'm going to stay here and pester you guys. So on that note, happy birthday to Kevin. I thought about going away, but I'll go at some point, but I didn't feel it. I wanted to go now. And then, so I'll wait, and then, oh, she's coming back now. So, I just think,
Sorry.
Come on in. So you're back, just the perfect time to close.
Oh.
So, Jasmine buying plants. What'd you get?
Mint.
Herbs.
Smell.
Oh, yeah, that's nice. I want some mint tea.
So, this is your birthday present.
Oh, awesome.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Then pour the mint.
That's really, really yum. Okay, guys. So if you're still here, we can say Thai police. Or no. No, yeah, okay, Thai police. That's good. If you're still here, Thai police. And thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for being here. I really mean it. Otherwise, if you're not here, no need to do this.
69.
69.
96.
Okay. Buckets of blessings.
Live peace, joy, and kindness.
All the very best, guys. Take care of yourselves. See ya.
The code not Thai policeman have to be happy birthday. The code is happy birthday.
You decide happy birthday or Thai police.
Happy birthday to Thai police. Bye.